let's talk about this. The review of Brighton versus Man City. I didn't see this coming, Bishop. I think it was only Jeffers that saw this one coming. Bishop, let me start from you. Man City, they lose again. Bishop, Man City lose again.
Yeah. So Jeffers,
wow.
Enjoy yourself. Okay, so
no, I'm not taking your autopilot tag. Don't worry, I'm leaving it for you. It's just once in a while I'm going to pick my own.
All right, there's not too much problem because number one, the Man City team is very slim, and you don't expect them to go through the whole competition that they are in to win it. So he needs to find a way with the squad, and that's why you see more of this player in the Man City team up right now. So they are doing well and they are getting themselves into some positions. Now, the main position or the main weakness of that team is the right back. So we've seen Lewis go there and it's not working. They've seen Walker back there. Walker, for the life in me, it's not because he's getting bad, he's just growing old. Age is catching up with him. Nothing more than that. So you see him being outrun right now, which is unusual. You see him being dribbled past easily, which is unusual. It's not because it's
very unusual
bad.
actually.
It's just because he's growing old, and that's how it is. Now, that being said, is there a way they can do that? Yes, there's a way, but again, they are having injury crisis. Not injury crisis per se, because Rodri is out. We are expecting him to be out for some time. De Bruyne is back.
Some time of the season, basically.
The most creative part of their team, and is back right now. So after the international break, which was a very needed one for them, we should see some improvement. I think they will pick up back. The likes of Foden, for the life in me, they are struggling, and it's normal. It's normal for them to struggle. But you see, nobody is saying anything. If it was Saka that is having this kind of issue, the whole internet will be pausing right now.
The English press will be right. But because it's golden boy Foden, everyone is keeping quiet.
Because it's the golden boy, everybody is keeping quiet. He has been awful in some places. The guy from groups, Nunes, another.
He's been terrible. Awful is a nice word to use.
Very
awful is nice. It's been terrible. It's been very terrible.
So we go to the striking position. Alan, and I say this about him, a good finisher of the ball. That is the only thing this guy have. Finishing.
Finally, they are saying it.
Positioning wise, I said it that when they say who is the more prolific striker, you will not put Ireland in the prolific striker. It's just someone that can.
You're talking about Lewandowski. Those are strikers who know.
Yes, those are prolific. But the only thing he has is this. His old play, even though he has the strength, he doesn't like doing it. I don't know why. So looking at him,
he doesn't like it.
Improve himself. He's going to try to improve himself. So for me, I don't think this is a crisis on the Man City side. The international break, very well welcome. They will do well to address the right-hand side. I'm believing some players will return from injury after the international break. Then we will see them again play. If the likes of Foden get back into group and they start supplying Ireland the ball to score goals, I believe they are also there. For me, the title race is still between Man City. The title race is for Man City to lose, nobody else.
Jeffers, I'm going to ask this about this Brighton of his side. That side is always gelling. I mean, they're always with surprises. Even though we don't know most of these players, the way they recruit is fantastic. The same pattern, it's too much. Talk to me about Brighton, please. We can't just neglect them like that.
I am one person. After Edu left, I think the first thing I actually mentioned to a group I was in was, if you're looking for a director of football, I honestly don't see you going beyond Brighton's director of football. I'll be honest with you. Because one thing he's been able to prove is this. He's been able to identify players. Yes. You buy them for basically inconsequential amounts of money, bring them down to Brighton. After 2 seasons, watch the market value.
Oh my!
It's gone up. He's been able to do it in and out, and he has been consistent about it. I don't see any other director of football you're looking for. As far as I'm concerned, I don't see why Arsenal delaying. There's always going to be a buyout clause. Pay the money and get the guy, because basically the guy can't get the job done. I don't see why you're now look as if it's difficult for it. Look, I always like to say something in football. In football,
I barely
what
hear you.
Has I think that's I watched the game. I watched the first half. And they were able to manage, after considering that goal, they were able to manage themselves. They were able to manage what they had, manage their resources, at least keep the game balanced. But you see that second half, I can assure you one thing. That is one half that Pep and the Man City squad will not want to watch again, because Brighton were over them like white on rice. As in completely, they were over them. Every second ball, Brighton was going for it. At the point you began to wonder, wait, who is in red? Is it City or it's Brighton? Because you couldn't, as in you were wondering. They were coming, basically the first goal they scored, the equalizer they scored, they basically had like 3 attempts back to back before that goal actually came out.
Yeah.
Before that goal came out, it was how massive the pressure was going on City. And I've always said one thing about City. If you call the supply in England, and it's as it basically they found a way to just know what, cage the midfield, do not let them find a way to get through. Basically, once City get the ball, City will just try and get in, but once Brighton get the ball, they are coming out. I said something on Friday. I said if they wanted to get results, I think they had to change the formation whereby they will have Welbeck up front, then have someone pair him. They did it, and it worked for them. It was just a case of, against a side like City, you may not have too many chances because City hold the ball. But when you have the chance, try and make the best use of it, and that was what they did. And believe you me, at that point in that game, if there was going to be another goal in that match, Brighton was still going to score it, because City had no ideas. City had no plan B. As much as I love Pep using young players in the side, I think using that young man, in all honesty, to pair Walker, to pair Guardiola in defense, I wouldn't have suggested it. I would have preferred he moved Kyle Walker to center.
That guy. I pity that guy, that young guy.
I pity the kid. They won't use the life finish, honestly. So, Walker to center. There, his maturity and experience coming to play. They use youngsters as a fullback. Honestly, that was my suggestion. So basically, the fact that he was using that kid, they just face the kid. They just face her. Well, of all people, Welbeck will bully like that. That was just the weapon. And João Pedro is, as in you look at the goals, basically the goals were basically rebounds. Once you get the chance, you shoot it and you come back and take it immediately. So I think this game was one game that, I think the international break was coming at the very, very right time for City, because they need to step back and recharge. You've played 4 games on the bounce, you've lost all 4. Okay. It is not as if you've been playing poorly. You've not been playing poorly, not honestly. Because if you look at the game against Sporting Lisbon,
they're supposed to, at least in the first half,
before Sporting even scored, they should have gotten 3 or 4 goals. 3 or 4 goals,
yeah.
That was how they were doing. They're not playing badly. It's just that results are not coming. Yeah. And when it happens like that, you just need to have a pause, look back, and say, okay, fine, let's tweak a little bit of adjustments here, and we go again for it. So I'll say this one was, Brighton actually wanted this 3 points.
I think you're
okay.
Bishop.
So let me add something to that place. See, guys, Guardiola can take risk because he's playing that boy, same Pussy, something like that. He's playing him, and he played him in the Champions League also. He played him now. Guess what? I'm just saying his bench now. He has Manuel Akanji on the bench. He has Nathan on the bench. Yes, they are both on the bench. So for you to go with that boy, this was trying something and it didn't work out. So if Ten Hag has tried this, would have crucified him. If Arteta has tried this, would have crucified them. But nobody is talking about this. This guy has these people on the bench, and he chose to displace Lewis to the left, play Guardiola in central defense, where we know that he's more active on the left hand side. So he tried some things, it didn't work out. So that's why he said after the press conference, he said his team is a fighter and they will fight and get back. Let me tell you something about Pep Guardiola. Anything he does now, even if City finish 10th this season, they're not going to hold him against him because he has done enough to win 4 in a row. He has won the Champions League, and he knows that this season might actually be his last season. So he can as well experiment as he likes. He has the right to do that. But the other coaches, the remaining 19 coaches in EPL,